Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I have come here on your platform so that I can tell you the things that my auntie made me to do. So there's this other cousin sister of mine, and I saw that it is not a good thing for you to update even your relatives what will be happening in your life, because when she started going to school, because she wanted to go to Europe so that she can work as a nurse aide, she was always updating us in the family group. So what she did not know is that one of our auntie was actually feeling jealousy over her because she was progressing in life. Then my auntie called me back home. I then quickly had to return back to Zim. When I returned back to Zim, that was when my auntie told me that there was this other spirit that was always moving in the family. So this spirit, my auntie told me that it was the same spirit that was causing me to fight with my husband, because at that time when I left South Africa, returning back to Zim to see my auntie, my husband, he said that he wanted us to have a divorce. He said that you are always doing whatever that you want and I do not love you anymore. So when I left South Africa, returning back home, I was really stressed. I do not want to lie. So when she offered me this deal, left with no choice, I just accepted to take that deal because this was like the best deal that she was going to give me. So my auntie told me that we were going to speak with that spirit, and after we would have spoken with that spirit, then the spirit was going to connect itself to the money that she was going to give me. Yes, she said that she was going to give me some money that I was supposed to give to my cousin sister who was still in South Africa at that time. She had not yet migrated to Europe. And the moment that she was going to accept that money, and the moment that she was going to be using that money, then she was going to be connected to that same evil spirit. Because my auntie said, I know that you do not want to do this, but I want you to think about your daughter. At that time, I had this other daughter of mine. She used to have like your epileptic seizures, but these were not your real epileptic seizures. But I don't want to lie to you. I was always traveling up and down from South Africa to Zim, and most of the times I was always stressed because I used to get a lot of calls and people will be telling me that my daughter, your daughter is fallen down because she used to have a lot of epileptic seizures. So my auntie then told me that all of these things were being caused by that same spirit, and she wanted to help me to cast out this spirit out of my daughter. So I agreed because I just wanted to make sure that my daughter was going to be okay. When I went to visit her, my auntie then did the rituals as she was calling that spirit, and she then placed the spirit on a $20 note, and she gave me that $20 note, and she said that when you arrive in South Africa, I want you to give your cousin sister this money. The moment that she is going to be using this money, then that spirit is going to follow her. And I was not even believing everything that my auntie was telling me. So this is what my auntie had told me to do. My auntie had said that when you go back home, I want you to tell your daughter to get you some water to drink. So when I arrived back home, I then called my daughter and I told her to go and get me some water to drink. So she did. After she had given me the water to drink, then I gave her the money and I said that take this money. I want you to go and buy anything that you want. And she took that money from me. Then when she was about to leave, that was when I grabbed her hand and I took the money from her by force. This was that money that had been used by my auntie for her rituals. So my daughter, even though she started to cry and she was really sad, but she did not understand that I was actually buying that spirit from her, the spirit that was making her to be sick at all the times and to always fall down. My daughter cried, but I knew that I was actually saving her. I then returned back to South Africa. After I had returned back to South Africa, I went straight to my sister and I gave my cousin sister that money that our auntie He had told her that she wanted to give her the money as a gift. My cousin sister then took that money from me, and then she went to Europe. So right now, my sister, she is suffering because of the things that me and my auntie did to her. I just want to confess that this is what I did to my own cousin sister. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our sister right there. Strange things do happen in this world. This thing of people just giving you money, it is really scary, because she's saying that the spirit was connected to that money. The moment that I gave her the money, that was when I gave her that same demonic spirit that used to possess my daughter. Then there is another message that was sent to me. The narration of that message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to confess to you the things that I did to my boss lady. So my sister was working for this other couple, and my sister's husband was working as the driver at that same house where my sister is working. So she then told me that she had heard that there was someone who was looking for a maid. She was when I came to Harare and I started working for my boss lady. So my boss lady, she is someone that really has a kind heart, but the problem with her is that she is very stingy. She can buy for you expensive clothes and she can give you food that is really nice, but when it comes to your salary, she was not increasing my salary like I wanted her to do. I then started to go to this white garment prophet, and then I started to communicate with this other prophet who was at that same church. Whilst we were communicating, I then told him everything that I was facing, and I told him that I wanted him to do some prayers for me, that we're going to force my boss lady in the spirit to look at me and to feel sorry for me so that she can give me a lot of money. He said that okay, she was going to do that. She then gave me some river stones that I was supposed to use, so they were really small, and she said that each and every time when my boss lady would have returned back from work, I was supposed to take those small holy stones and I was supposed to throw those stones at her, even though she never noticed anything because they were quite small. And after I had done all of those things, my boss lady did not give me the salary that I wanted her to give me. I then returned back to that same prophet. That prophet then told me that he wanted us to do what he called a dangerous prayer. He said that what I was supposed to do was I was supposed to take the soil from my boss lady's house the moment that I would return back from church. Before I would have done anything, I was supposed to stand by the gate and I was supposed to pick up some soil, then go inside. Then I was supposed to take my boss lady's underwear. After that, I was supposed to soak it in water and wash her dirty underwear with water that did not have any soap. Then I was supposed to drain that water and place it in a 2-liter bottle, and I was supposed to drink that water. After that, I was then supposed to wash my boss lady's underwear using soap, and I was supposed to take my boss lady's husband's underwear and I was supposed to wear it for 3 days. And after 3 days, that was when I was supposed to take it off when it was dirty, and he was going to wear it when it was dirty like that. And for 3 days, I was supposed to take his socks and I was supposed to wear them throughout the day. And when it will come time for them to return back home, that was when I was supposed to remove my boss lady's husband's underwear as well as his socks. So that is what I did. Those were the prayers that I did for 3 days, my brother. After that, I was really happy because my boss lady started to give me a lot of money and I was satisfied. But I did not know that me using this dangerous prayer, it was going to affect my boss lady's baby. So my boss lady's child ended up dying. And right now, I feel really guilty about it, even though they are giving me a lot of money. Oh, strange things do happen. That was a message that was sent to me by our sister right there who is in Zim. So if you have a maid, no matter how busy you are, I think that ladies, just make sure that you wash your own underwear. Even guys out there, make sure that when you bath, just wash your own underwears, because this thing of making your maid to to wash your underwears. I think it is very risky. I don't know what you think. You can tell me what you think in the comment section. pamapeto